Hi everybody, welcome to ClickToHouston.com and our pregame show here from NRG Stadium ahead of the Texans and the Miami Dolphins preseason game number 2. Randy McAvoy, Ari Alexander, and our Texans insider Aaron Wilson. You see his reports on ClickToHouston.com each and every day. Guys, preseason game 2, another test after a week of joint workouts. We were all out there sweating it out on Wednesday and Thursday. A lot of good work put in for both teams, really.
Yeah, and it's because the Miami Dolphins have so much high-level talent on this team. You have a secondary in the Texans that have a chance to be one of the better secondaries in the NFL, and you get to see Tyreek Hill in joint practices. On the other side, that offense gets to play against the Dolphins' defense, and also high-level talent on their defense. Good test for C.J. Stroud.
Aaron, what did you see? What stood out to you in those 2 days of workouts with the Dolphins?
Tank Dell, and Tank Dell.
Yeah.
The man had 3 touchdowns in this red zone drill. He even outran teammate Noah Brown. Noah thought, oh, this is my football. No, it's Tank's football. Tank really put on a show to me, and other guys that jumped out to me. Laramie Tunsil, who always impresses me, he absolutely throttled Bradley Chubb. That was an ugly video. I think the Texans posted that one, and the one-on-ones, I mean, this has been manhandling.
All right, so 2 days of work, an off day yesterday from workouts, and they're back at it here this afternoon. They'll kick it off at 3 o'clock. Let's look ahead to the game now and kind of what we all want to see after that New England opener. All right, we'll start with you. On offense, everybody's going to be watching C.J. Stroud again, and we'll see who's in front of him on that offensive line. Hopefully more of the starters we'll see in the regular season so he can get some more pass protection.
Yeah, I want to see a half of football from C.J. Stroud because it's important to see how he reacts to a bad drive, which is what we saw last week with the interception, but not enough. It's just one more drive and then he's out. I want to see how he reacts to a good drive. How do you follow up maybe a touchdown drive, a field goal drive? How do you follow up maybe another interception or a 3 and out? You just need to have those learning experiences for him because real football is not that far away.
We heard from Damian Pierce the other day talking about C.J., Aaron, and he was saying, hey, he's coming along, still getting a grasp of that playbook and the language that's involved with this offense. It's a real thick offensive playbook for sure. He's getting there. He's been making strides.
Yeah, an interesting perspective from Damian, who says the playbook is as big as a Bible, and he says they're just on John, that passage right now. When you think about CJ, I had a conversation with Gerard Johnson about how mature this guy is and how calm he was. He processed that interception. It's not going to take one interception. It's going to take a lot of interceptions to shake this kid's confidence, if ever. I think he will be fine. I think it's all just a matter of putting that brief, rough experience behind him and stacking some good plays today, and I think he can. We saw some good signs in practice this week from CJ that he had moved on from the pick.
Yeah, he had some positive moments. He struggled a little bit as well. They just want him to continue to take strides and get more comfortable with this offense. Several teams have named officially their starting quarterbacks. Texans still have yet to do that, although we all pretty much are in agreement here. He's going to be there week 1, but what do y'all think's holding him up here and just making it official?
The fact that Nick Caserio worked for the Patriots for a long time, that's just a classic Patriots move. We don't have to tell you until the last minute. We know that C.J. Stroud is going to start week 1. I don't know what they're doing in terms of comparing to these other teams. We know Bryce Young is going to be quarterback 1. We know Anthony Richardson. Why not just say that C.J. Stroud is going to be the guy? He is going to be the guy.
Right, my opinion on this before he's officially QB1, even though it says QB1 on the unofficial depth chart, is they would love to have a couple of good preseason games, have a little momentum going for C.J. Stroud, just from maybe a PR aspect for the organization. They seem to think a lot about what time do you do something, what's the timing of it, and what's the momentum.
All right, I want to ask both of you too. This is their only home game in the preseason, so these fans are going to be seeing Stroud for the first time. What if it doesn't go well against the Miami Dolphins? When they're at New Orleans next week, and this is kind of what they're going to see for the first time, good or bad, from that perspective if something doesn't go right today for CJ?
Well, I think the organization has done a good job building a little bit more goodwill with the fans. I think D'Amico Ryans has something to do with that, where the attitude and the energy is a little different. So yes, if CJ Stroud goes out and doesn't play all that well, I don't think he's going to be treated like Philadelphia Phillies or New York Mets fans would treat their guys. I think there's going to be a little bit of forgiveness built in because of sort of the goodwill that this team has engendered early.
Hopefully just not three and outs in 3-4 consecutive
You hope
series.
not, no.
You need some kind of sustained drive, something that says, all right, this guy's getting a little more comfortable. They can make plays and hopefully punch it in the end zone.
Right, and Randy, some of that comes back to personnel. If you have a Laramie Tunsil and a Damian Pierce out there and a Dalton Schultz, it's a little bit different because you've got your first string out there and guys he has chemistry with. When you do that, he has a better chance to succeed and to have some first downs and hopefully some points scored.
All right, let's talk about the defense now and
hop
what
in
we
with
need
us?
to see out of this defense. And,
We're gonna bring
here
in
we
a
go.
little
We
Kiki.
got a little special guest.
So you're
What's up, little Kiki? What's up, man?
You're doing something new with this team to bring these guys on the field. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Listen, man, we celebrating game day. We shooting off the cannon. And, man, we just enjoying it. The football is back. We're excited. I wouldn't miss a game. I'm ready for preseason, regular season. I don't care what it is. I'm ready to go.
On the field, what do you think about this team, what you've seen so far?
Well, you know, the one thing that I am proud about is just bringing a new energy in. You know, having a former player as in D'Amico Ryans and really getting the guys up. I'm with that. You know, it's a great defense, and I'm starting to see his imprint. And it's going to be a minute of bringing along a new quarterback and young, but I just like the way the franchise is going. I've been to a couple of practices, man. The energy, the legends are there. So I just like the vibe in general of the city and getting back.
I was going to ask you, with D'Amico being here, do you almost feel the buzz in the city?
I feel it. That's what I'm saying. I feel the buzz in the city that we haven't had in a minute, and that's exciting. Everybody's getting excited about football again. We're doing different things to bring in tastemakers and entertainers. It's great.
All right, awesome. The legend, Lil Kiki. I'm going to let you chop it up with the guys. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Nice, man. How about that special guest on the pregame show? That's cool, right?
Yeah. And he's wearing number 13. He knows what jersey's popular.
Smart move by him. Hey, we were just wrapping up CJ Stroud time. Before we wrap it up here, defensively, what do we want to see today from this this defense that made strides the last couple of days for sure against the Dolphins? I saw a little sequence where the run defense struggled, but then after that, they were pretty much shut down against this Dolphins group and did a nice job against Tua in this offense.
Right. I want to see Will Anderson make a big play. We've seen him dominate in practice, but I want to see more from him in these games, kind of flash a little more. He's third pick of the draft, gave up a lot to give him. Yeah. And you think about how good Will can be. You want to see that in a game situation too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And not only do I want to see Will Anderson do something big, I want to see it happen against Tua Tagovailoa. This is a guy known for being accurate, known for getting the ball out quick. Yep. That is who you're going to see throughout the season. Guys who are high-level NFL quarterbacks, if he can do it against that and not the backup, just based on the timing of how quickly you have to get to the quarterback, that's something I want to see out of Will Anderson.
Also, I can't wait. I want to see a little bit more of Jalen Petrie in practice the other day with that pick six of Tua. I mean, this guy, he just doesn't look like a second-year guy that's about to start year number 2 in this league. He looks so comfortable. His leadership is there. He's a star in the making here.
Right. Potential All-Pro in my book. All he has to do is make those tackles that he missed as a rookie, and he checks that last box. And I think he'll be one of the best safeties in the league. His instincts really unparalleled, and he is a guy that's always all about football. Loves this game, lives, eats, breathes, sleeps it.
Yep. I mean, this is a team I think that is built up of guys who really care. And Petrie is funny because it's a guy who talks so much smack on the field and then is just the nicest guy off the field. And the Texans could not have built a better story from him being right here in Stafford and very immediately having an impact on the defense and on just kind of the way that you build your team, knowing that I think he's going to be one of the guys you look to for a long time to come.
All right, first game in front of the home fans for D'Amico Ryans as a head coach, and he talked about that. It's going to be kind of special for him in the coaching role now here at NRG Stadium.
Right, yeah, this is really the debut for D'Amico in front of his fans, and he's galvanized the locker room, galvanized the city. When you think about D'Amico and the impact, this is the real first stamp that he can put on it in a real game situation. He's excited. His family will be here. It'll be a big deal.
Yeah, it's good to see that the reaction from the home crowd, I think for the first time, is something you don't forget as a player and a coach. He knows what it's like as a player when he first came out here years ago. Now the first time seeing a whole stadium cheering, maybe cheering your name, but it was cheering for you as the coach, I think it'll be special to him.
All right, 3 o'clock kickoff here at NRG Stadium, Texans and the Dolphins. And we'll see how it all plays out. Reaction tonight at 10 o'clock as well. And you know we'll talk about it on Sports Sunday coming up on Sunday night. So for Ari Alexander and Aaron Wilson, I'm Randy McAvoy. So long for now from NRG Stadium.